I wanted to kind of try and draw a line underneath your photography in terms of the humanity and the documentary style that you portray in your images, specifically storytelling. So, on that note, I wanted to ask you how photography links us as people and how it means to the discovery of self and the awareness of one another.
Well, if we have 3 or 4 days, we could do that.
We have as long as you have.
Well, I mean, when I teach, when I do the master classes, usually the first day we hardly even shoot. I mean, I want people to sort of think about what they are, what they're doing, and actually, I struck on this the first time I discovered this. It was just by chance. I think it was early 80s. The Dwijendra University in Denpasar just opened communications faculty. And they really didn't have any idea what they were doing, which was to my advantage. But the dean, who I knew, came to see me and he said, "You got to do this. You got to be a lecturer." And I said, "Look, I didn't even go to university. I dropped out. I didn't learn photography formally. I don't even know how to put a curriculum together." And he says, "I don't care." He says, "I want somebody who's actually got experience, who's worked as a photographer, and so forth." So I said, "Okay, this is your dime, right?" So it wasn't a lot of dimes, but it was okay. It was a nice gig for me. And so I walked in, the first day I walked in, and there were all these students, and typical Indonesian students. I guess maybe they're not like that anymore in the West, but they're all sitting there. They all had their notebooks out and their pencils. And it was like, ready, set, go, and I said, just, put those pencils away. And they're like, "Oh, okay." And I said, "Now I want everybody to close your eyes. Just close your eyes." This is a really interesting exercise. Close your eyes. I don't know how I got it, but I just had this idea. Close your eyes, and I want you to imagine your world without photographs anywhere. No photographs of your parents, no photographs of your brothers and sisters, no photographs of, President Biden. It just, when you think about it, we are so impacted by photographic imagery. Our world compared to 200 years ago is such a totally different world as a human being interacting with community, interacting with other human beings. And we didn't really know how to interact with people from other cultures and other countries and so forth. We still don't, but it's less of an impact. And I want you to sit there and just think about it. There's no advertisement. There might be newspapers, but it's print, and it's just text. And they were like, "Okay, it's getting weird." Okay, they just keep thinking about it. And after about 10 minutes, I said, "Okay, now reverse it and think about where all those images are and how your quote unquote image or how your understanding of the world is so locked into all these images which have been impacting you your whole life long. Advertisements, media, I don't know, TikTok, and all that stuff. And it's bombarding you. So the question is, okay, you understand that. Now you have a little glimpse of that. What about what you're doing? What are you contributing to this? Are you going to just do more garbage? Or are you going to think about what you're doing?